at that first.
It's nothing like paper.
Does it even go there? And you take a look and see, and then you fine tune it on your app.
Right.
A lot of people do it that. I kind of do it that way.
Yeah.
You know, I'll take a look, and if I'm going someplace I'm not used to going, it's like, does it go even close to there
Exactly.
before I start pulling this up and figuring it out?
Exactly.
Another thing I wanted to bring up, if you didn't see, there was a city meeting recently where it was mentioned that the topic of conversation was about getting word out about different services that are available to people that could use some assistance. And one of those is the Project Concern, the city's program to do big discounts on water bills. They're a really great discount, like half off basically of your city utility bills. And the threshold, a lot of people qualify for and don't know they qualify. It's like 140% of the federal poverty line. Like, that's a huge percentage of enforcement. And the program is under-participated in because people just don't know about it. And Ken recommended, and they're making it happen, that until we get the advertising in the buses, the new big buses will have some room for advertising, and until we get that sold to paying customers, gonna put information about Project Concern and how to get hooked up with that in there. And that's gonna reach a lot of people, riders who see it, and a lot of our riders probably qualify and aren't participating yet.
Yeah, I think it was like 600 participate out and they have room for 2,000.
Yeah, and
Crazy number.
the amount of people that is participating is not nearly at the threshold of what could or what they could serve. And this will get the word out to some more people. And even if you don't use it, having seen it on the bus, you may know someone who can,
It just helps get the word out
It's
there.
brilliant, using our space to
Right.
add another community service, another little part of our mission.
And we teamed up with, utilities department, they provided the actual, graphic. And we were doing this kinda at the time, we were also working with, Director of Sanitation, or Solid Waste, when we were looking at that charter that we were gonna do for the board. So that was gonna come up as a discussion point, and so we thought, well, let's put it on the bus prior to the discussion, so at least they have an opportunity to see it. Unfortunately, the charter didn't happen, but we
It's ready.
did work to collaborate between three different companies.
How is this advertising gonna work when we get to the point of having paying customers? How does this?
Well, I mean, if you look inside the bus, these things are, 4 foot long inside a 40-foot bus, so.
It's a big ad.
It doesn't take, it would take an awful lot of advertising to wash those off of the bus in order to take those off the bus. So there's a good chance those will stay on the bus.
It'll be for a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
for a long time. And we will need to, revisit our advertising packet and rates and things. So that'll be something coming up.
These new
in the
flashy
near
buses.
future, yes.
And people who may have not considered bus advertising when they see these buses, people who've lived elsewhere and been like,
Right.
I was used to seeing ads on the bus when I lived in
Right.
LA or whatever.
So now there's.
They may approach us. We
Yes.
should be ready
Exactly.
when these buses are ready.
So, yeah, absolutely.
If nobody's got anything else, it's time for the citizens forum. Anybody got anything? What you got, Mr. Green?
This is an issue at the transfer station. Yesterday I got off the Rogers Express ready to use the restroom and get some change, but the big garage door and the front door was locked, so we need to have a better coordinated effort to get the doors open when the first bus arrives to the transfer station.
Okay.
And that's all I
What
got.
time of day was it? Was it close to relieving or?
It was right at 12 till the hour.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it should have been open. Should've
How
been
does
open.
that generally work?
Well, generally, we have the first, bus that arrives is supposed to open the door.
Okay.
And unlock the transfer station.
Okay.
Get off the right.
We've had it before where we've left it unlocked, but
I would not
we just got a call from the police department, people are spending the night there.
Yeah,
so,
you can't unlock it downtown.
Yeah, so we're having to kinda,
Mhm.
police that and make sure, so we try to, it's there for passengers that are using the transfer.
Yeah.
So we'll work with that, because obviously the staff person didn't get out.
You gotta get that memo out. I've not caught it being locked myself yet, but clearly no. I didn't know the procedure
We'll work
for
on
that.
it, Mr. Green.
Okay, and then one more thing, I'm pretty sure you don't wanna allow food and drink on the new buses. So is that a reason for us to rethink having the vending machines in the transfer station? Is that a rethink item, or should we just let that be?
I think it's probably still okay. The drinks
Yeah.
are bottled, so they have a screw top.
Yeah, they do that.
And, you know, like you said, you got there 12 minutes till,
Yeah.
that gives
The,
you.
the
you know,
food's a
they
little
depart-
bit of a,
They depart at the top of the hour.
yeah.
12 minutes is enough time to eat a snack and.
Yeah, and generally, if
And,
you're
yeah.
eating the snack at the transfer station, you were hungry now.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
the times
like
that I've
you said,
eaten
they-
one in the transfer station.
No, we had bottles put in there instead of cans,
Right.
so they could resecure
Right.
the lids on there. But yeah, good thinking,
is a
but
good-
I think I think we've been okay with that. We did consider that when we talked about what to get for our ribbon cutting. You know, I think we're gonna go more towards cookies than
Mhm.
something that's really messy.
A cookie is easy.
It's just not
Cookies
much.
are easy to pass out. You don't have to have a plate. You just have a napkin and a cookie.
And we're talking about a real small glass of
Yeah.
hot chocolate as
Yeah,
opposed to a
exactly.
large glass,
No.
something to
Itty bitty
finish
cup.
up right there.
I think that would be perfect.
Good. Good.
And Hannah did cookies one year, and it worked fine for them.
Yeah.
We didn't seem to have any,
Yeah, we
any
did,
trouble.
that's right. Hannah did, and
Yeah.
that worked out real good, so. Good.
And, yeah, I'm gonna talk to Kenneth at Nelson Hall a little about, cause Jonathan told me like, you know, when he was doing the big bus deal, that people park on the side, so even with these buses now, sometimes you see another car coming, it's like almost close to hitting because everybody's parking on the side of the roads. So let me talk to him and see if they can make it to where they can pull into parking areas, because. when you
I
get
don't think
on
that's
that
gonna
one-
happen on a fixed route, they'll have to, stop on the avenue. Are you talking about on a fixed route itself?
Yeah, like because like when you come into Futrall, that's like is where a lot of people park, and it's so, narrow that even some of these buses still almost feel like they're gonna hit something because everybody's parking on the.
On both sides of the road.
Yeah, they shouldn't be on both sides of the road, and we are gonna be speaking with the,
Yeah.
the housing authority to try to make sure that they're not, I think we've already had that discussion. Yeah, that's a good point, they're only supposed to park on one side of the road, but, not on both sides, yeah, so that will, if we can kind of work with them on that. Cause you're right, if they're parking on both sides, we're not going through, you just can't, it's not wide enough, but,
And
so.
a lot of times, if we're already committed in that lane and a car comes, they will stop for us, back up,
Right.
because they're not gonna challenge that big bus. So we can get through there, but now if they're parked, that's a different thing.
Yeah, it's a different
But
story.
we're gonna get a hold of the housing authority and talk to them about that.
Is that everybody? Alright, I move we adjourn.
We need to discuss,
Oh, we have to pick the meeting, don't we?
how about February 8th or 15th? Yeah, for the first quarter of next year.
Either one of those works for me.
Ken, you got anything on your calendar?
Is that also Wednesday?
It's a Wednesday,
Okay.
yeah.
Not that I have, right now at this point, so.
Yeah, these are far enough out that I'm usually
Yeah,
pretty,
you never know.
pretty free at this point.
So did we decide on one?
I just threw them out there, I'm just waiting.
Either one's perfect.
I would prefer the 15th, if that's okay.
Okay, sounds good to me.
15 sounds good. February 15th, also 12:30, lunch at noon.
Well, wait a minute, are you gonna have a different?
Yeah, I
Oh.
have class, but I can cancel it.
Oh,
Oh, we don't want you to have to
My
cancel.
class is
what
1 to
else?
1:50.
on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays next semester?
Yeah.
So would a 12 o'clock time frame work better?
Well, would work better.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay, so
Well,
let's
I have
do,
to get back by 1, so.
Okay, so let's do a noon meeting with 11:30 food?
Yeah.
11:30,
This will have the food.
And we'll make it quick.
okay, maybe, we'll see. All right,
Faster.
I move we adjourn.
All right, thank you.
And you can write on, sometimes I'm like,